Hey guys, welcome back. King Dro here. Thank you to everyone for all the support. I really appreciate it. So today I'm going to be showing you how dangerous the water can be on Crystal Isles. This is literally like the worst dream that you could possibly imagine underwater. The amount of citronelle here and Electrophorus, the eels, are absolutely insane. Now, the jellyfish do actually stun you off of your Moza. The only water dino it will not do that with is the Tuso, the giant squid, and the Basiliosaurus, the whale. However, I wanted to also show you exactly what you do in a situation if you do have a Moza and you encounter a jellyfish. Now, as soon as it actually hits you, the citronelle, it will stun you off. I'm going to actually show you here coming up. So the best thing that you can do is you whistle your dino on passive and you J-call or whistle it to you. And then you want to swim out of render of the jellyfish. As soon as you leave render, it will actually, the Moza will actually get unstuck from all of the dinos and it will swim back up to you. Okay, so you could actually see that the Moza now is unstuck. Now, obviously, I had a tech suit, so I can swim much faster. So if make sure you have your flippers with you, because if you don't, you won't be able to leave render fast enough before the Moza will actually die. Those amount of jellyfish that were attacking it, plus all the eels that are down there on top of that, your Moza would probably die very quickly. Many people have actually lost Mozas due to this problem of the jellyfish. It used to be the jellyfish would also stun you off of a Tuso, which it's kind of funny. Like the giant ass, fish can get stunned off. But one time I did get pinned by 2 alpha Tusos, and I was stuck, and I was able to get out as well with the same mechanic. Alright, so now I'm going to show you another area that's very dangerous. There's quite a few Tusos, Mozas, Plesiosaurus, all sorts of stuff. Lots of alphas as well, so it's great if you're trying to level up your chibi or just player experience or even your dino. I'm going to use my Tuso just because it's a lot faster to get around and the DPS, and I don't have to worry about also the jellyfish stunning me off and all that. Alright, so I found the Tuso already, and it happens to be a level 20 alpha. They go down pretty quickly with a good Tuso. You can also use a Moza, but once again, if you get grabbed by a Tuso on the Moza, and there's a jellyfish behind you, and it stuns you off, you're probably going to die, and then you won't be able to save your Moza. So you can also use a Basiliosaurus, but I don't really like to use them too often, just because they're slow. I can get from point A to point B on a Tuso a ton quicker. If you're wondering, this is a very old Tuso line that I've been using for quite a while. It's like 30,000 born health with like 702 melee, and I've leveled it primarily in melee. But I like it because it is pretty, of course. So, and with the Tuso, you can use your C attack. It gives you like the inking, and that gives you a speed boost. The key to a Tuso is to give yourself range from the enemy, because you can easily get swarmed by dinos, and then it's actually very hard to hit things. There's a hitbox area where the Tuso can actually do damage to a dino. So keep distance as much as you possibly can. If you have to reorient yourself to the area and move away, that's fine. There are a ton of Euripids down here. They actually drop black pearls. That was actually used to be a good way of farming black pearls before. Alright, so I moved down a little bit, and I started coming across tons of Mozas down here as well. They go down super quick. Actually, faster than a Tuso. They have less health. That's probably why. But you also do find a lot of alpha mosas down here. Um, and with the alpha mosas and Tusos, you actually can get lots of black pearls that way, and also you can get pre-made fishing rods. It's actually one of the only ways you can get a fishing rod, pretty much, is by killing the alpha Tusos or mosas. They also do drop in red crates, but they're super rare. Although fishing is pretty much useless anymore, the loot quality of blueprints from fishing has greatly been nerfed years ago. But during the Love Evolved event for Valentine's Day, it's actually the only way to get chibis. You gotta farm for like the fish and stuff with the hearts. So you can see here how like you get dogpiled on by dinos in the water so easily on a Tuso. And I was actually struggling quite a bit to try to kill them. And I was pinned. I couldn't really move because I had dinos stuck in every direction. So you can try to reposition yourself, or you can actually use your C to try to ink away to get repositioned. Just keep attacking. You do eventually hit things, but it's very frustrating if you don't have a very good Tuso with good health and good armor saddle. You're gonna be in trouble very quickly because you can see how many dinos are piled on top of me right now. The ocean in Crystal Isles is very unforgiving, so please be aware of your surroundings. You can easily get pinned, like I have a couple times down here. If you don't have a very good water dino, I would definitely suggest you be more careful. And not trying to scare anyone. I know people already don't like the ocean as it is, but this ocean for sure is very, very hard. Alright, so now I'm going to show you my water base, give you a little tour of that. This is actually where that first scene where all those jellyfish were at. It's pretty much at the bottom of my water base is where that was. So if I ever need a lot of fish, I have no problem doing that. Alright, so I built this little bridge which goes out to the water platform. I like to use the pillars with the artifacts on top. Gives it a nice little effect and adds a lot of color as well. This little area is actually where I like to incubate the Tuso eggs, or any egg that's like a Tuso egg, which is pretty much like a water egg. That way they stay safe and nobody can steal them. Alright, so over here I have a little landing that goes into the water. I have some Plan X for some decoration, mostly, and I'm not too worried about anything aggressive over here. So the inside is pretty straightforward. I do have a lot of air conditioners in here because this is where I like to incubate my rock drake eggs or anything large amounts, because I have probably like 50 air conditioners underneath in like a subfloor, which you can't see, which is just below this floor here. I use a dino leash pretty much in the center to keep all the dinos within the area. Sometimes the water dinos underneath, there will be like a random wild shark that spawns in that little area. So I have to keep my mosas on neutral to take care of that. And for some reason, if they're not on a dino leash, they do somehow go through the walls sometimes and outside of the base, which is odd. So I have to keep them on the leash so they don't go anywhere. I have a ramp that leads into the actual water here. It is an enclosure that's down here where I keep my larger fish. I have a tech generator and a tech trough. The troughs actually reach all the way at the bottom, of this little enclosure. I have a large tech bohemian gate that leads to the outside of the base, so I can just swim my large water dinos out, or I can also swim them in. Right now, I have a couple Mosas and I have a one Plesio and a few Basileosauruses in here. I also like to raise. I can raise a ton of things in here. It doesn't look that big, but I can fit probably 10 Mosas in here. I've raised more than that in here. It's a little tight, but it does work. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you liked the base tour of my water base, and hopefully you enjoyed the my swimming of the very dangerous waters that are in Crystal Isles. Great place if you ever want to tame colored Tusos or colored Mosas. I did do a few this past event. All right, well, I'll see you guys next time, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again.